So you want to start growing cannabis, but growing indoors is not an option for you. How do we take control of the cannabis growth, making sure it gets the best foot forward without growing indoors and without controlling the environment? These are things we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to try to remedy some situations for you and also give you hard, unfortunate news for the rest. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's handle these questions. Let's talk about how to grow plants better outdoors. So growing outdoors comes with a lot of challenges, and the main obvious one that's going to jump right in your face is I can't control the environment out here. All the humidity, all the rain, all of the everything is up to Mother Nature herself. So what are some things I can do as a grower that can help remedy the situation and make my life a little bit easier for cannabis plants? When you can't control your growing environment, that leaves a whole lot up to chance. But there are a lot of things you can do to control the wind, humidity, and the watering. So we're going to get into those couple of things today. So if you do not know me, my name is Cannabis Express 420. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more about cannabis and learning how to grow. And if you are old, make sure you have that bell notification rang so you get notified every single time I upload. First things first, it always comes down to the genetics. Now, when you go to a seed bank, you will be able to see an option for an outdoor grow genetic, which obviously is going to do a lot better outdoors. But here's the thing. If you are able to grow indoors, an outdoor plant will do a lot better because it has more robust genetics. So you can grow an indoor in an indoor, you can grow an outdoor in an indoor. An indoor plant is not going to do as well on the outdoor as far as I understand it. So keep that in mind. If you do go with a regular seed and it doesn't specify that it's outdoor, it's most likely an indoor genetic, and you might want to take a little bit more love and care towards that plant. And then going back to genetics, again, you need to look at the normal temperature and where you are at in the earth. If you're closer to the equator, say you live in like Texas, you're going to want to go with the sativa plant. They're more adapted to the humid environment and the warmer temperatures and are a little bit more ventilated in the way they grow. If you do desire to grow an indica dominant plant that grows stout and thick, you're going to have to do a lot more love and care to that plant when it comes to the defoliation to make sure the leaves are not overlapping and they're not crowding up the inside area and making it super congested. You're going to want to take a lot of those leaves off and give it a lot of area where wind can move and air can go around and do its thing to keep pests off and to keep mold from accumulating. So tackling wind is also going to be a huge issue, and for this you can either put up walls, put it into a greenhouse, and just build a greenhouse and not have to worry about it that way, or you can put up stakes that are going to hold the plant and tie it and use it as like support beams basically for your plant. Because let's face it, cannabis plants are not invincible. They are very robust, they can come back from a lot, but that doesn't mean they should have to necessarily. So if you can, get some bamboo stakes. They're pretty cheap. They are perfect for using. And if you need to, get some like metal rebar or something. And make sure when you're tying them up, those branches have enough room to thicken up, but they also have the support they need to grow, because growth is important. Now for the rain. Now, we know that the rain happens, and in a multiple month long growing period, you're not going to be able to predict the rain all so much. However, what you can do is grow in an organic soil and then make sure your plant, if it gets watered by the rain, it gets watered by the rain. Obviously, you can build a greenhouse to avoid the rain being a problem in the first place, but if you're growing raw outdoor, that's not really an option. So you're going to have to really look at your watering schedule and make sure that if your plant needs to be watered, assess the weather forecast, and if it's going to rain the next day, and it's almost guaranteed, just wait until it rains. And if it does rain the day after you do a watering, it's not the hugest of deals as long as it does have a drying period after that. because you don't want to oversaturate the medium. That's going to put you in a bad position. And if the rainfall is lasting like an entire day or a couple of hours, that could prove to be a pretty bad position that you're putting yourself in. But as long as it's not raining for like a week straight, you should be in a good spot. And if it does, if you can, bring your plants inside, put them next to a window or something. But if they're too big, at that point, honestly, they might do pretty well, or you're going to have to cut your losses. It's very hard to tell, and different situations are going to call for different things. But if they're in a pot, you can pick them up. Definitely bring them inside. Give them a drier environment where they're not getting constantly rained on. Make sure they're held up by stakes, and when you put the stakes in, put them inside the pot rather than outside, so then you don't have to untie them and then bring them in. You should be able to bring it in, bring in the entire unit, and then you won't have to worry about anything. And if you have them tied up to stakes, it can help with the resilience towards the rain too, because getting clobbered on all the time or getting too wet, or if it holds up too much water somehow, it might break the plant. And also if it's winding at the same time it's raining and just clashing water to the side of it, that could be a very bad ordeal as well. So I hope this video helped you guys. I hope these tips gave you some ideas on what you can do to make your plants healthier growing outdoors. And once again, got value out of this video, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Questions, comments, concerns, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much.